Hey guys, what's up? My name is Shreyas and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be telling you guys how to properly train your back to look wide and thick when you pose a back double biceps or you do a back lat spread. Now, back is considered to be one of my strong points and people have been asking me why not make a video on back training. But let me tell you one thing guys, back, if you don't have a good back, it can not only make you look not that great when you pose, but also it can contribute to different injuries. Now, lower back injuries are very common in bodybuilding and bodybuilders, but I think one of the reasons for that is lack of proportions in your body. Okay, now some of the muscles are stronger than the other muscles and that can cause a lot of imbalances. So that's why I'll be telling you guys how to properly train your back first, and then I'll be going on to other muscle groups. Now let's begin with this video and let me tell you guys how to train your back. So guys, before I start off with the video, one thing that you should always keep in mind is how to properly train your muscle. Now, to train your muscle optimally, you should take the muscle through the complete range of motion, which means for lats, which can be like this, which is called shoulder adduction. So that is one of the functions of a lat. So this is the full range of motion for your lats, right? So you should take a muscle through the complete range of motion. One of the other functions which people actually forget is the resistance should be in line with the muscle fibers. Now, for example, if your muscle fibers are like this, then the resistance should be, or the range of motion should be in this direction for optimal muscle growth. You can not do that as well, but when we are talking about the word optimal, it is always better to train your muscle when the fibers, when the range of motion is in line with the muscle fibers. Okay, so remember that as well. Now, if you do these two things properly, you will gain muscle. But one more thing that people forget is progressive overload. Now, what I've seen with people when they do their back is they do a lot of pull-ups, which is great. I am completely with pull-ups. But they forget that once after a period of time, your body weight becomes lightweight for you. So you will have to change to weighted pull-ups. So progressive overload is also very important. Progressive overload can also be doing more sets or doing more reps with your body weight, or just progressing in some way. So remember these three rules for muscle growth. So guys, when you look at your back muscles, latissimus dorsi and the traps play a major role in the look of your back. Now your traps has three parts, major parts, which are upper traps, middle traps and lower traps. And for the latissimus dorsi, on either side there are one big chunk of muscle groups which comprises of the majority of your back. And latissimus dorsi is what will give you that wide look which you all crave for, and a narrow waist. Now, first thing is first guys, your attachment of your latissimus dorsi cannot be, it is completely dependent on your genetics. Now, some people have higher lat attachments and some have very low lat attachments, and that cannot be changed guys. Okay, the origin of your lats cannot be changed. That is completely based on genetics. Okay, it also depends on your torso size and stuff. Now remember guys, but what you can do is you can at least grow the muscles, so you can still grow your lats. Now, how to grow your lats? Okay, lats insert into somewhere a part called humerus. This is the upper arm. Okay, so any movement where you do something called shoulder adduction. Okay, this is shoulder adduction. Okay, bringing your elbows closer to your spine. This is the movement of shoulder adduction. So you might all think lat pull down is a great exercise for building your lats. Absolutely, pull-ups are also a great exercise for building your lats. But you should always remember what I told about the muscle alignment of your muscle fibers, right? If I display a picture right here of the lats, you can see that all the lats fibers are in this direction, right? It is not straight, it is not vertical, it is in slightly in an inclined angle. So it is always better to train your lats with an exercise called lat pull-ins. I'm a big advocate of lat pull-ins. I started training my lats using lat pull-ins I think 2 years back I guess, and I really think my lats has grown, and that is not a myth, it is actually grown. And the way you do lat pull-ins is you bring it to the side of your body. Okay, so if the resistance is coming from this direction using a cable, you can I showed that in my last video about cable station. You just need to pull it in this direction. Okay, this direction. You're still performing the function of shoulder adduction, but you are pulling it from the side, so your lat muscles are activated in a better way. Okay, with that being said, you should also perform exercises like pull-ups. Now, pull-ups are not only because to build muscle, it will also help you in building your biceps. If not pull-ups, you can do neutral grip, chin-ups, or whatever you want to call them. Okay, so these exercises are great for development of your lats. One more function of your lats is shoulder extension, which is also a main function of your lats. So shoulder extension is like this, okay, where you are pulling your elbows back and it's like you're hitting someone in the back. So these there are many exercises which you can do for that as well. One of the exercises is rowing, okay. Any kind of rowing will also help you for to build your lats. But now let's go to the mid traps, okay. Mid traps is targeted along with rhomboids. Rhomboids is also a muscle in your back, which it is not that major to see when you look at the back, but it also plays a major role in the look of your back. The way to target your rhomboids and mid traps is by performing rows, dumbbell rows, chest supported rows. I do a lot of chest supported rows because sometimes my core is kind of sore because of doing deadlifts and squats. So I like to do chest supported rows, and they have found that chest supported rows can also help you build a very good back, but most of the gyms don't have that. So any kind of dumbbell rowing is very good. Dumbbell rows put a lot of load on your traps and all the back muscles, including your lats as well. So remember to do dumbbell rows in a proper way and not just the way you are swinging your weights and you're just doing some kind of normal dumbbell movement, okay. Just make sure that you are doing the dumbbell rows properly. One more exercise for your back would be seated cable rows, okay. You can do it one hand at a time or two hand at a time. I like to do it two hand at a time if the weight is enough for me. Otherwise I like to do it one hand at a time. So seated row is another great exercise for your upper back development, which is the mid traps and the rhomboids. Now other muscles in the back get targeted when you perform any kind of movements which involve shoulder adduction as well as shoulder extension, right? So do not worry about doing lot of different angles and all these things. 4 to 5 exercises are good enough for your back. 2 horizontal rows and 2 vertical rows are more than enough. So seated rows are very good, and you should perform it in a proper way. And if you ask me how to build your upper traps, now underneath the upper trap there are something called levator scapula, which people do not know. So when you do all these kinds of movement where you just rotate your people do shrugs like this, it actually doesn't work any of your traps, okay. It might work your levator scapula, okay. It helps in elevating your scapula. So what I would suggest you guys do for shrugs is you just need to bend your neck slightly, okay, and when you pull the weight up, just pull your shoulders back and up, okay. When you do shrugs, instead of keeping your neck straight, slightly flex your neck and pull your shoulder blades back and pull it up, okay. It's back and up, okay. It's back and up, okay. So that is how you perform shrugs for your upper traps. So these exercises are more than enough, guys, for building your traps. Trust me, I have not done any kind of special exercises. The gym that I worked out do not have all those special machines, but I really think that my back has grown a lot. One more exercise that I like to do, and which is a very good compound movement, is deadlifts, okay. Now deadlifts are not done by a lot of people. I don't know why. Maybe it's difficult. Not really. I would like to tell you guys that deadlifts actually help you in building a good lower back, especially variations of deadlifts like Romanian deadlifts really help you build a good lower back, which is the erector spinae, and that will give you the illusion of a Christmas tree. And if you have a well developed lat muscle and good erector spinae muscles, then that Christmas tree look you will have that Christmas tree look. Of course, your low body fat also matters. Now one more exercise for your lower back can be back extensions, weighted back extensions, and again progressive overload is also necessary for that. If you do many compound movements for your lower body, your lower back will also be trained, and that is how you get a very good back. So guys, now let us go on to the frequently asked questions about back training, like should you use weightlifting straps? Now I use Versa grips. Now Versa grips are I feel Versa grips have helped me a lot in building my back as well, because I'm a very bicep dominant person, and in any kind of lat exercises you flex your elbows as well. Flexing your elbows as in bending your elbows like this, so that involves your biceps as well. I'm not against bicep in activation during lat training, but to slightly reduce that I try to use straps, because my concentration goes in pulling my elbows back rather than flexing my elbows. So you can use lifting straps once you pass 1 or 2 years, but remember guys, lifting straps can also reduce your grip strength, so remember that as well. And one more thing about trap training. Okay, people ask me, is it important to stretch at the bottom? Like this is the top movement, right? Is it necessary to stretch your traps like this? Absolutely. What I've done recently after watching a channel called Alpha Destiny is that, you know, he mentioned that it is better to always have a stretch, right? There is not enough research on trap training to show which is the best to develop traps, and my traps are sore from my workout from Wednesday, and today is Monday, okay, and traps are really sore, guys, and this is the second time that is happening, and I really think that it is helping me, and I'm actually overloading a lot. And just think about it, guys, for forearms, right, if even though this is the function of your forearms, extension and flexions, we try to perform exercises like farmer's walk, which actually activates our forearms. So why not apply the same for something like traps? Okay, traps are actually strong muscles, so you can actually put a lot of weight on the bar and you can perform kind of cheat shrugs as well, but make sure that you get a good stretch at the bottom. And I'm going to try this for a few weeks, and I think you guys should also try this as well. And also the exercise called also an exercise called rack pulls is also very good for your traps and your lower back as well. So incorporate rack pulls as well. All the important videos are in the description box down below. Please do check it out after you watch this video. So that is how you reduce activation of your biceps, is by using straps. And have a thing in your mind that, you know, someone is behind you and you just have to elbow that person. Okay, so if you ask me top 5 exercises if I would train back, this is my back workout currently. I perform a chest supported row, I perform seated cable row, I perform prone grip lat pull down, which is your palm facing forward. Okay, prone grip lat pull down. And if you ask me, wider grip gives wider back. Actually you should think of it like this, guys. Does wider grip bicep curl give wider biceps? Is not actually that. You are promoting hypertrophy, and eventually once the lat muscles is grown from all over the area, your lats will look wider. Okay, so remember that. Just hold a grip which is not like so close, not very wide, just like maybe a little bit wider than your shoulder width, and that has proven to, you know, activate the lats the most. And you do not need to do back behind the neck lat pull downs, and just do it in front of your body, and just don't pull it like this. Okay, just have a slight arch in your back and just pull it like this. Okay, they have also found that it also showed better lat activation. So after that I would do my shrugs as well as rack pulls. So I'm doing a little bit higher volume for my back. I do 3 sets of all. And what is the rep range to build a good back? And that applies for all the muscles, guys. I would always stick to 6 to 12 reps for all the muscle group. Okay, once in a while you can do higher reps, but really 6 to 12 reps is that, you know, sweet spot to build muscle and strength. So guys, you must have noticed that I'm not that active on YouTube comments anymore, but from this video I'm going to be active. So please leave any questions in the comment box down below. Let us have a good discussion. Okay, and some people also ask me, can I train chest and back together? Yes, you can. When you train your upper body, when you have a split like upper lower split, you have to train your chest and back together. So you can train any muscle with any other muscle as well, but just make sure that you're giving equal emphasis for all the muscles. And if you find that one of the muscles in your body is weaker than the other, give more priority or start the workout with that muscle. So I would always start my workout with chest and then move on to other muscle groups. So for you, if chest is strong and back is weak, then go with that. So these are the exercises, guys. Make sure you execute the exercises properly. I will link all the videos down in the description box below. You can just check them out. And do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you like my content. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll be back again with my arm training science or science based arm training for big arms in the next video. Until then, goodbye. Peace out.